The new Black Templar model. 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Okay, so in this video, just going to really reopen up that Primaris debate. Now, I was really looking forward. I was excited to making a video about this model here. In fact, I actually quite like a lot of those Black Templar models. I like the fact that they've kind of brought back a bit of that sort of gothicness and a bit more of that medieval knightishness back to Space Marines, and that's cool. I mean, my gripe over Primaris has never really been the look of them. It's just the way that they were handled. So, like I said, I was really excited about this model in particular because he's based on John Blanche's artwork. And as an Oldhammer fan, there are a few gods of Games Workshop that can equal John Blanche. So seeing this model here made me really happy until, of course, I found out that it's a Primaris. So that just essentially tells me what I've been telling people for years now on Twitch, is that Primaris are going to completely supersede the Firstborns. And now that is going to be sooner rather than later. So this is a response video, or is it a response video? I don't know if it's a response video, but I just watched Chapter Master Varak's video, and it kind of inspired me to make this and to just document my beliefs because, like I said, I've been saying it for so long now. What we're talking about here is Games Workshop and the cold, hard reality that Games Workshop's reality is cold, hard cash. Now, why wouldn't they bin off their Space Marine range, which is their cash cow? Why wouldn't they bin it off completely and replace it with Primaris? I mean, it makes perfect business sense, right? Buy more Space Marines. Space Marines make us the most money. Games Workshop gets the most money. And it's not like they haven't done it before. They did it in the 90s, right? With RTB01 Space Marines and Mark 7 Space Marines. So the difference is with this change is that they have learnt from their mistakes in the 90s. Now, what was their mistake in the 90s, I hear you ask? Well, it was making the models the same size and could be used in conjunction with each other and then use the same rules. Mark 7 Marines and Mark 6 Marines looked great together, and they still do look great together. And even to this day, you can still see people using old Mark 6 Marines. So GW have learnt from this mistake. If you put a Mark 6 RTB01 next to a Primaris now, the Primaris is like Dreadnought size. So all of this upscaling to make better models and stuff, like, I'm going to put it to you that it's not to make better models or more detail or anything like that. It's to make more money and just make sure that you can't use your old Mark 7 Marines because they frankly look kind of ridiculous standing next to Primaris. Now, they were going to take that an extra step, and that is they're going to nerf Marines, right? Maybe they're not, it's not done 100% yet, but it's coming, you know. Those Marines are going to be nerfed on the tabletop and they won't even be usable. Another thing is that eBay is completely awash with old Mark 7 Space Marines and even RTB01s from the 90s, right? It's completely awash with them. So why would you pay GW full whack for these models? Well, one, using your old models on the tabletop, they're going to be completely nerfed and your models are going to get gatted within a few seconds. So you might as well not even play 40k. Number two, if you're more like me and you're more into the lore and the hobbying, your models in the cabinet now look ridiculous. They don't look aesthetically pleasing. It doesn't look aesthetically pleasing to put a squad of giant Primaris next to the rest of your army, which are like a bunch of squat midgets now. Now, there's always going to be a couple of Mark 7s and old school Marines hanging around. And what you will hear GW say is every now and then they'll release a limited edition model as a nod to their past, right? And there'll be a big hoo-ha about it. It'll be a limited edition model. And there will be one or two characters, perhaps, who don't get the Primaris treatment. I mean, we've already got Primaris Calgar, right? Who's next? Why couldn't they Primaris anyone else, right? Maybe Dante they won't, because they'll just say, oh, you were such a double-hard bastard. But apart from that, man, they're all going to get Primaris, right? So before we get to my conclusion, just going to flash up on the screen now. Thanks to all my patrons. And if you have enjoyed the video, you know the YouTube stuff. Why not give it a like? And if you're going to hear some more, why not give the channel a subscribe? So to conclude, lore, honor, tabletop tactics, nostalgia, none of that matters. What really matters is GW's bottom line. And what GW's bottom line is saying is Firstborn Marines are literally yesterday's model and they're ready for the scrap heap. So what are you going to do? You're going to get that wallet out and move with the times, or are you going to be a miserable Oldhammer git like me? You know, you decide, right? But that's how things are going. And if you want to hear some more of my rants, I'll put some up on the screen now. See you later.